Okay, in a week where the Detroit Pistons didn't get lucky by getting the 5th overall pick when we were hoping, obviously, for number 1, 2, or 3, we end up getting 5. But the Pistons got lucky, really lucky in another area. Obviously, we're looking for a head coach. We don't have one right now. And remember, we were down to 3 finalists: Charles Lee, Jerron Collins, and Kevin Ollie. And it wasn't until this week where it's like, "Nah, that's not great. I don't like any of those names." And then next thing you know, here we go. Nick Nurse gets let go. Mike Boldenhauser gets let go. Monty Williams, Doc Rivers. All of a sudden, these big name coaches flood into the available head coaching pool. You absolutely pause on our hirings. Thankfully, we hadn't hired anybody yet, because look at the difference. And you tell me, am I crazy? Charles Lee, I don't again, I don't know Charles Lee, and I'm not sure exactly his intimate coaching strategies, or Jerron Collins or Kevin Ollie, but those names just don't move the needle. We have got to make something happen. So we get really lucky by the big names falling um, out of jobs. And so if you look at the bigger names, and you let me know who you like in the bigger names, because by the way, when you're watching these conference finals, Eric Spoelstra is an excellent coach. And so you see what an excellent coach does. Obviously, you need playmakers. You need good talent on the court. There's no question about that. He has Jimmy Butler, but you look around the Miami Heat, they've been consistently really good for 10 years, with or without LeBron, with or without Jimmy Butler. Just doesn't, they've got players, but they work together. There's just this toughness, this mentality. Everything just works together with the Miami Heat, thanks to Eric Spoelstra. We have got to hit on the coach. And so Monty Williams, I mean, hello, like, what? Do you just go get that guy? Monty Williams, are you kidding me? What he was able to do with the Suns, I mean, is just incredible. And so Nick Nurse, even, right? Nick Nurse, some things have kind of like fizzled out with him over the last couple of years, but come on. And then Doc Rivers, no thanks. Doc Rivers always has confused me. He has an ability to just be right there and keep himself, his team in the news, in the mix, without actually doing it. Whatever that is, winning a conference championship, getting to the finals, winning the finals. It's just always kind of not quite there. So Doc Rivers, something's off right there. Love the guy. Hey man, appreciate you. Get away from us. But I really think we go after Monty Williams or Nick Nurse. Why imagine you say, okay, well, let's not do that. Let's go for Kevin Ollie. Kevin Ollie. I haven't heard that name in 10 years. Kevin Ollie. So again, has he been doing some good things with the overtime elite or what? Whatever. I don't know, but let's get a good coach. We have got to nail this coaching search. And so the opportunity for us to actually get some really good names to come into the opportunity is a big deal. So these finalists, for me, they're no longer finalists. So here's some things that have come out on this. Yahoo Sports, Jake Fisher says, these guys met with Detroit owner Tom Gores in Los Angeles last week, and all appears none of the 3 finalists for this position left Gores with a standout impression. So nobody was like, yep, that's the one. Charles Lee, we got to go with it. No. Another one. There was also growing sentiment around the league. Coach figures that a Detroit win on the draft lottery, which could have landed them, obviously, the number 1 pick, and Wemby would have really lured the right people, would have kind of determined who we want. Well, again, we get the 5th pick. So Monty Williams, that's the one we're kind of looking for, right? So, and then there's finally this fact. Another week has nearly passed since the team's trio of finalists were interviewed with Gores, and has led to several coaching representations to question whether Detroit would perhaps reopen the search to consider more candidates. Absolutely, you have to. You have got to get this coaching hire 100%. The 3 finalists do not move the needle for anybody. I mean, there's nobody that's like, wow, that'd be awesome. It's just, when you look at some, especially when you see the 4 other guys that have come out that have been fired since that are available. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Obviously, it was a tough week when you don't get the number 1 pick. Instead, you get number 5. But you've got to remember, we've got talent on this team. Cade is elite. Hasn't had a chance to fully prove that because his second year was derailed with injuries. But you got to imagine him in his third year can really do some things. Jaden Ivey, Duran, it's there. And I think that's all we can actually do is hope and think, yeah, it's there. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think the Pistons can be good. They've got to have the right coach. Obviously, this offseason, they've got to nail. And they can be good. Next year cannot be a tank year. We all know that. So let's go. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on the coaching search and who you like and who the Pistons should go after. We'll see all of you on the next one.